printed in gold embossment. Uneducated imposter father. In capitals. Centralized. Assigned as security guard at the groom's father table. The family lawyers, professors, a smug bureaucrat erupted into laughter before I even sat down. One of them murmured, audibly enough, "Apparently, anyone can raise a child these days." I stood there like an idiot, hands shaking, gazing at the chair I'd never envisioned would embarrass me. My son, my blood, remained unfazed, adjusted his cufflinks, and continued talking to his new in-laws. I should have walked out then, but I didn't. Not yet. He was 3 when she left. No note. No farewell. Just diapers, debt, and silence. I worked construction during the day and cleaned school corridors at night. Ate cold rice while he slept beside me on a second-hand mattress. I never completed high school, but I instilled discipline, tenacity, and the art of facing people with your head held neither high nor low in him. When he graduated with honors, I sat at the back of the auditorium. I didn't make him feel awkward. He never explicitly said it, but I understood. Still, I applauded louder than others. The indications were subtle. He stopped addressing me as Dad, opting for Pops, and eventually just Hey. Whenever I inquired about his work, he would say things like, "You wouldn't understand." I nodded and smiled, thinking that could be the essence of growing up. One day, I brought him a homemade stir-fry for lunch. The receptionist looked puzzled. She said I wasn't on the approved visitor list. I heard laughter from the conference room. Her laughter, the bride's, the one who always looked at me as if I was a stain on her shoe. He never acknowledged the lunch, nor did I. It wasn't the laughter that hurt. It was his avoidance when I reached for the plate, as if he preferred my absence over being seen with his new family. So I stood up, collected myself, smoothed out my jacket, and touched the words on the nameplate one last time before leaving. No scene, no tears. But then he stood up too. He bypassed his wife, her condescending kin, and approached me at the door. He said, "Dad, let's depart." No regret, no embarrassment, just an order. It seemed as though he was granting me a favor. I parted ways alone, but I didn't rush home yet. They were oblivious to who truly laid the groundwork for their empire. During his college years, I labored on data centers, constructed server rooms, and deciphered how tech companies expanded from within. One winter, I extended a helping hand to a modest cybersecurity firm, a favor for an old friend I rescued from foreclosure. That favor eventually amounted to 38% ownership. Who, you ask, was the company's latest client? His enterprise, the one he established with his spouse. The one that recently secured a significant government contract. The one currently under covert federal examination for suspicious data handling activities. I didn't need to tamper with any information. I merely allowed access. The revelation began with an audit, followed by subpoenas, data breaches, and finally, an anonymous whistleblower report. Incriminating, extensive, and damaging in every aspect. His spouse applied pressure. Each manipulated algorithm was employed to inflate engagement metrics, which all came to light. His father attempted to pull strings. I observed from the gallery as he bluffed during a Senate hearing, his face pale and sweat glistening. Within 3 days, the company's valuation significantly dropped. He contacted me once, but I didn't respond. Instead, I phoned the cybersecurity firm, instructing them to end the contract publicly and disclose why. This was news headlines. Investors withdrew, contracts were frozen, layoffs started. Despite this, I remained hidden. 3 weeks later, he appeared at my house. Not the condo I purchased for him or the apartment I rented while he interned, but the old one with cracked walls and a table laden with warm rice. He stood at the gate like a boy once more, without a suit, watch, only a vacant gaze. He said he didn't know. They created the card without informing him. I looked at him. "You let them mock you," he admitted, with no excuse given. I moved aside, allowing him entry. Not for forgiveness did I let him stay, but rather to inflict a more potent punishment through silence. He resides here now, humbled and jobless, learning life without status. As for me, I continue to work, not out of necessity, but because I find solace in the soil beneath my hands. I am no phony father. I was the one who instructed him in all things. And then, I showed him the consequences when one forgets their origins. That lesson, indeed, was the true education.